So former Bachelorette Kaitlyn Bristowe is being called out for her use of filters on social media yet again. Kaitlyn recently posted this photo of her face looking glam, but maybe a little too glam, many are saying. Many of her fans accused her of over-filtering her face, with one writing, quote, "These Instagram filters really are ridiculous and contribute to body dysmorphia." Kaitlyn isn't alone. Khloe Kardashian also came under fire for posting this heavily filtered photo on social media. Now a British influencer and makeup artist is campaigning for people to stop using filters by regularly posting photos and videos showing her face filtered and then also without the filters to show the difference. Erica, do you think this is going too far?
No. I really, this bothers me, and the reason why I understand, and I don't have kids, but I do understand that there are issues involving, like, you know, self-esteem and what's real and what's not real. But we don't put this type of energy when it comes to financial mental health. And you literally have people posing with cars that they don't own, may never own, in places that they can't afford to be in, contriving all of these images that they don't have the money or any financial background in order to actually have, but they are showing it to be theirs on social media. We're not up in arms about that. So why are we up in arms about what this girl's doing to her face?
Yeah, it's dangerous is what it is. And I think, at least me as a parent, I'm going to have a talk with my kids to say this world is not real. This world does not exist. What they're portraying, like Erica said, that's not theirs. Their great day that they're having, they're really broken inside. The people writing the hurtful comments and private messages, those are the most hurtful people. Those were the people that were bullied at one point in their lives. Now they're the bullies.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to teach our kids, or at least in school, have some sort of education program. If we're not going to fix social media itself, we have to at least give our kids a heads up of what's coming.
See, I wonder what we mean when we say fix social media, because we start talking about social media like
when I say it's just individualize it. Make sure what you're writing is your own. That's what I'm sure.
But I feel like social media is more like our collective conscious. Like when we're dealing with COVID, I'm sure most of the tweets are about COVID because that's what everybody's talking about. When we start talking about social media and filters, I think we're looking at it from the perspective of us looking at the filtered picture, but not the reason that the person is filtering the picture. And Erica, Jeff, myself, Sam, if we have acne or something like that, we can go see Angel, and we have the means to make our face look how we want it to. There's a lot of people that don't have that option. There's a lot of people that are born that know that they're never going to have a nice house or never drive a nice car, so they need to take a picture in front of one for themselves to be like, hey, maybe one day. And I think that picture is more for them.
But then you're contributing to this type of behavior.
I think there needs to be reform.
But they live in a country where this wealth is thrown in their face all the time, and I don't think a lot of people have a real access to get to it.
I understand what you're saying,
Talk to
Al,
me.
but when you're talking about, this doesn't come up for the average person who has 100 people following them, and people are like, stop filtering the photo and making like big stories about it. We're not talking about this for people who see a nice car on the street and they decide to take a picture and be like, maybe someday. We're talking about people who are perpetuating that this is life and don't have that 360 view of everything that it takes to have that life. So I don't think there's anything wrong with, I mean, heck, I just took a video outside of the Drake Hotel. I didn't stay there, but it was a cute place. You know, so I took it.
But there's a lot of people that could get followers if you're an influencer, Sam. If you're in front of the Drake Hotel and say, hey, had a great stay here, your followers don't know if you stayed there or not, and you can build a career off that. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I go back to the filters because I really do think it's an issue. I know that plastic surgeons have said that they're getting more and more of their patients coming in with their filtered.
Saying, make me look like this.
Saying, make me look like this. And I get that we need to have discernment. I get that parents need to sit down with their kids. But we have some sort of regulation when it comes to magazines. You can't completely transform an image. If you posted that photo of Kaitlyn Bristowe or Khloe Kardashian on Glamour magazine, everybody would have their pitchforks out. But we don't have that with social media. How is it any different? I would even argue that it's more harmful on social media because you have a lot of young girls and boys looking at their phones and not picking up a Glamour magazine. So I definitely think that there needs to be some reform.
My kids wouldn't even know what a magazine was.
Or maybe just a conversation. I mean,
but not every parent does that, though, unfortunately.
But you also have to admit that, I mean, have you had a conversation with a 15, 16-year-old? They do have discernment.
Absolutely.
So, for as many kids that are going to look at it and be like, that's what I want to look like, a lot of them are looking at it being like, that is ridiculous. Jeff and I just had this conversation yesterday about something that I might have to get done medically. I don't want to get it done because I don't want to alter my face. I don't want to have that same look necessarily.
Right. Have the conversation.
Right. So
Have
it's
the
like,
conversation.
let people have some sense of discernment.
We're
as well.
all wearing makeup, so we're hypocrites at this point. But if you look like a character from The Bug's Life, there's a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, I don't need makeup. Gerard, he's just like, I don't know why I'm doing this to you. Such a beautiful man.
Albert is flawless no matter what.